Welcome to Digital Marketing for Contractors. This podcast is brought to you by Fat Cat Strategies, a full-service digital marketing agency based in Raleigh, North Carolina. We specialize in helping home improvement contractors just like you grow their businesses.
Today, you're listening to a series called Build, Grow, Dominate. Marketing strategies for every stage of your home improvement business. Every Wednesday, we take a deep dive into the lessons that we've learned from supporting some amazing business owners in the home improvement industry.
In part 1, we'll cover the essentials, from startup to your first $5 million. In part 2, we're shifting gears to focus on what it takes to scale your business to a successful exit and/or how to dominate your market. Now let's get into it.
Hello, I am Janet. I am the founder here at Fat Cat Strategies, and today I'm joined by one of the co-owners of the business and really the heartbeat that makes Fat Cat work. Who are we talking about? We're talking about, hold on, let me do a drum roll. The wonderful and talented Caitlyn Noble, my friend and business partner. Caitlyn, tell us who you are, what you do.
Well, it's hard to top that intro. But in case you didn't hear, I'm Caitlyn. I am the head of client services, proud partner here at Fat Cat Strategies. Been working with Janet for 8 years now, which has been such an amazing journey. Today is a topic that we are very passionate about. It is, to your point, it is a heartbeat behind our home improvement clients. Janet, what is it?
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
We're talking about CRMs. What is a CRM? It's an acronym that stands for Customer Relationship Management. It's software.
Yes.
It is the beating heart, or it should be the beating heart of your business.
And please listen, because whether you have a CRM solution in your business or not, this episode is going to be totally worth it for you. If you're still using spreadsheets, sticky notes, have some sort of memory bank where you're managing leads and customers, it's not going to get you to the next level. So the good news is we're going to talk today about why CRMs matter for contractors and why you should care. So Janet, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about just what a CRM is?
In the simplest way to put it, it's just software.
It is.
These days, it's web-based. Back in the day, it used to be installed on your computer, but these days it's all in a browser. It's software.
It's your brain.
And it is the software that you use to log every single homeowner that has ever contacted your business, every lead, every quote you've ever given, every estimate you've ever given. And it's what your call center uses. In the last episode, we talked about call centers. It's what your call center uses to stay on track. It's what your salespeople use to know who they're talking to. It's the hub of all of the spokes on the wheel of your business.
Of the customer journey.
Yes. So what does it do? It centralizes your data. That means no more phone numbers written down on a piece of paper.
Oof.
It helps you improve customer service. That means you can know the full history of the homeowners that contact your business, their preferences, the questions that they asked, when they called you. You can see those conversations at a glance. It helps you streamline your communication. That means emails in and out, calls in and out, quotes that you've provided. And it helps you manage your leads, manage your entire sales process, and it gives you powerful insights into your entire company. What's working, what's not. Your CRM is going to give you the answers to those questions. So bottom line, if you want to stop guessing and start growing, you have to get a CRM in place.
You really do. And the series is Build, Grow, Dominate. But to build your business, you've got to have a CRM to grow, to eventually dominate. So
I want to jump in because
please.
I've talked to so many contractors that they've been successful kind of as like a lone wolf with maybe a couple of subs.
Yeah, we've worked with them.
And we've worked with them and we've helped them grow. Side note, we've never once helped somebody grow that didn't have a CRM. Correct. Never once in 15 years have I ever seen significant growth of a company that did not have a CRM in place. But often what happens is we'll get a contractor contact us. The business is up and running. They're installing jobs. They've got great word of mouth. They've got, maybe even one sales rep, probably a relative, like a family member.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of the business is being run off of a giant whiteboard in your office or wherever your shop is.
Yep.
And, maybe an Excel spreadsheet and a spiral bound notebook.
Yep.
If that's where you are right now, that is totally fine. But this episode is for you because we want to talk to you about how you can move beyond that situation.
That's correct. And I'll preface this also by saying we have no partnership, no ties with the CRMs that we are going to mention. These are just a few of our favorites.
Yeah, we're not being paid for any of this.
Yeah, we're not, I don't know the technical.
Affiliate links.
We're not affiliates. I will say the first one I am going to speak to, we are listed on their website as a partner. So I guess
we don't get paid to.
We don't get paid.
To
I am just really proud and excited about the CRM. When we start to go through the sales process and we find out that we have a client using this CRM, we get excited because we know the opportunities that are there. And that CRM is Market Sharp. It's built specifically for home improvement contractors. It's got marketing automations already baked in. You can manage your leads. Like I said, you can do emails, campaigns. It connects directly to Constant Contact. Amazing reporting in terms of sales tracking, great project scheduling. Some of our biggest, best clients do use Market Sharp, and I think it's super easy, in my opinion, as a marketer to use and find data as well.
Yeah, and in our last episode, we talked all about call centers.
Yes.
If you listen to that episode. And in Market Sharp, what we've seen is you can set call center queues.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's all kinds of cool settings that you can configure in your CRM, whether it's Market Sharp or something else, where, if you want one kind of call to be queued to one staff person, or if you sell multiple products, you sell maybe siding and windows, and you want to set them up as different queues. That's right. It's up to your imagination, but Market Sharp has all of those tools for you in place to help you pull all that information together so it makes sense for your business.
And it also has a really nice feature in terms of getting leads into your system. So I didn't really talk about that, but we're generating leads. You've got a digital marketing agency, or you're doing marketing yourself. You've now got a call center. You've got a website. So I know Market Sharp does make it super simple with their own forms, as well as some pretty open webhooks, which, not trying to get too in the weeds here, but Market Sharp does make it simple to get leads into your CRM for that speed to lead, which we talked about in the last episode.
Yeah, and that's for a call and a form.
Yes.
We've been able to connect our call tracking software, What Converts, with Market Sharp, so that call is automatically entered into the CRM. Same thing with a form that gets filled out.
Yes. Super, super easy to use. Nice interface. Totally recommend it. Another one that I recommend, tried and true, and goes back to my roots when I, first started managing home improvement contractors here at Fat Cat. We were logging into Lead Perfection. Very powerful, really great for growing companies. There's tons of customizations, especially for this industry. Good lead tracking, like I said, really, really good reporting. Their support team is also really nice. If you can't figure out some of the reporting there, they also have marketing automations. I would say not as, I think, easy, like one button clicks like Market Sharp, but they do have settings that make it easy to be able to connect with somebody via email. And then there's another really nice scheduling tool within Lead Perfection. And I'm, again, not going to lie, some of our also biggest clients use Lead Perfection. So it's fantastic for lead segmenting, etc. You can see ROI pretty seamlessly with the right, integrations there.
The reports.
In the reports. Yeah, exactly.
What's funny to me is we are an agency. We are obviously not on the staff of a home improvement company, but we've worked with some really successful companies and watched them grow. And I mean, it's an it's a question that I have that I don't have the answer to.
Sure.
So maybe somebody can provide the answer. We've seen some companies love Market Sharp and stay.
Yep.
But we've also seen them leave Market Sharp and go to Lead Perfection.
Yep,
And then we've
versa.
seen them leave Perfection and go to Market Sharp.
Yes. Back and forth, back and forth,
Back and forth. So in our experience, those are the two that I think we encounter the most.
Absolutely. Another one. So these are our three that those are the two that I think we use the most day to day in terms of pulling reports, making sure the leads we're generating for our clients are going into those CRM systems. The third most used is AccuLinks, really based around roofing at the beginning and for roofing contractors. It is almost like a fun version of both of those.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
like this is just my
Yeah.
version. I think AccuLinks has the best interface.
Interface,
It's
yes.
the most modern looking
Yes.
user interface that I've logged into.
Absolutely. And I can safely say mobile friendly. I mean,
Yes. And I don't know if we can say that about Market Sharp or Lead Perfection.
LP, unless there's an app or something out there, but AccuLinks, so easy to use on your phone.
It looks like an actual cloud-based piece of software where, to be honest, like Market Sharp and Lead Perfection can look a little dated.
And Market
but there's
Sharp,
a lot of power behind them.
A lot of power. AccuLinks, I think it's, again, good for a growing company. There are integrations with that in terms of pushing leads into that system as well. I'm trying to think of other things that are important. I think like for roofing, it has some pretty niche aerial measurement and estimating tools that you can add on, which is nice. Again, really nice reports. We've played in all of them. They're all going to, of course, CRMs should have a reporting tool. That's a nice one. And then, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think AccuLinks versus the other ones also has a way to process payments. So just a few like one-stop shop features.
Yeah, in our experience, and Caitlyn, you actually are logged into these things more often than I am.
Daily.
AccuLinks does, I think, a really good job of managing photos connected to jobs.
That's a good point. And so does another one that we're going to talk about. Yes.
So talk a little bit about why, you know, why we care about photos.
Sure. So kind of segmenting. Lead Perfection, as far as I know, I think you can do like some custom emails. I don't think there's anywhere where you can capture photos. Market Sharp, you can capture project photos in terms of a customer and or a lead. You can do the same for AccuLinks. So once you've got a prospect, so they convert from a lead to a prospect and then a prospect onto a customer, you can capture when you're out there, here's the door that's going to have to be replaced. Here's a picture of the siding that's bad.
Here's some rotten wood in the fascia or the soffit area.
Yes, and Market Sharp does have that feature. I would say it's easier to find and access those within AccuLinks. And then as an agency, we've logged in and we've downloaded those photos once the project is completed to share before and after pictures.
Yeah, to use in online marketing. We use these pictures that are just so easy for us to log into our clients' AccuLinks account, find these really great job site photos, and then recycle them into marketing to generate more business.
Absolutely. So those three, I mean, like I could definitely speak the most to. And if you don't use one of those and you use another one, we're going to like quickly, I've talked a lot, but Janet's going to talk about a couple of other of our favorites. And
there's a handful of names that we tend to hear a lot within the home improvement industry. So if you're riding in your car and you're listening to this and you're that owner that's still working out of a spreadsheet and a spiral bound notebook, check out Market Sharp, check out Lead Perfection, especially if you're a roofing contractor. Check out AccuLinks, AccuLynx. Some other CRMs that we have seen our clients use, Client Tether, Jobber, Builder Trend. We've even seen some clients use Zoho, which is not specific to the home improvement industry. No. All of these others that we're mentioning, they have their DNA in home improvement. Improve It 360, also called i360, is software that kind of sits on top of Salesforce.
Yes.
And Service Titan. Before we move on to the next part of this particular episode about, what you can do with the CRM, I just wanted to tell a short story about
Jobber.
Yeah. So this is not from an agency's perspective. This is from my perspective as a homeowner. So I got my house painted. Like every homeowner, I didn't know a local painter, so I Googled, residential painters near me. I probably clicked on a PPC ad, and then I went to a website. I made an assessment. This looks like an established company. It doesn't look like it's just two people with a truck. This is a real company that's got, multiple crews, multiple project managers. Reviews. Yes, I absolutely looked at reviews, looked at their, photo gallery, etc. Then I filled out a form. Within minutes, somebody was calling me, and it's been a while since we finished this painting project, but I think it was either later that day or the next day. An estimator was out at my house. It was an exterior painting job and an interior painting job. He walked around the house. He took measurements. He took pictures. Very soon after that, maybe a day or two, I got an email with the estimate. And because, we work with contractors all the time, I poked around to figure out, where did this estimate come from and what system are they using? And I was able to figure out that this painting company here in Raleigh, North Carolina, was using Jobber. And so as the customer, I was able to log into Jobber. I was able to track multiple estimates. There was a separate estimate for the interior work, because we asked them, quote separately on interior versus exterior. I was able to give feedback, no, we don't, we decided not to paint this room, or we decided not to do this. So we went through a couple of rounds of this estimate before we approved it and before they started the project. All of that happened through Jobber. I didn't have to call anybody. I didn't have to talk to anybody. It was electronic. We approved the estimate electronically. We made the deposit electronically. The job started, and then we were updated throughout the job through Jobber. It was just a really good experience from a customer standpoint.
Were you on your phone or a laptop or a tablet?
Both.
Yeah, awesome. That's
Both.
great. That's great news.
So for those service companies, especially HVAC contractors, pest management,
yes,
painting, I'm pretty sure it would work for baths and and roofing and siding. I don't see why it wouldn't, but for whatever reason, we don't see those exterior contractors and bath contractors using Jobber. I don't know why not. But as a customer hiring a painting contractor, it was a seamless experience.
So this actually might be a good transition to why or why not some of those, some of y'all listening may not be using Jobber. How did you feel sure, it was, seamless to receive your invoice, seamless to watch the progress of the job, and to pay the invoice. Did you feel like there was any marketing that was coming through? This is the next portion of the episode, is we're going to talk about why CRMs do make your marketing better. And
they hit me for a review instantly.
Great.
And, I'm kind of expanding the conversation here, but yes, Fat Cat is a marketing company. We do quote unquote, air quote, capital M marketing and marketing campaigns. But I also believe that every experience that your customer has interacting with your company is part of your brand and is also part of your marketing. So if I have a good experience interacting with your CRM to approve my estimate, to see job photos, to maybe, on the fly say, hey, can you guys power wash this thing? Or I want to add to the job. Can you put an extra coat of paint on this one section of the side of my house?
Oh, that's great.
I did all that through Jobber, and I actually consider that, it's not exactly marketing, but it's such a great experience.
Yeah.
It complements marketing.
Okay, well, good. Yeah.
Good question, though.
No, that's a good point. And that's what we love a lot about these CRMs and the ones we have mentioned. And the ones that we didn't talk too much about. I mean, I know Buildertrend does the same thing. There's a client portal, which is just as sexy as it can be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for a while I was on the local Wake County HBA Remodelers Council.
Yeah.
And all of those really high-end custom remodeling guys,
Yes.
you know, they're doing these beautiful 150,000, 200,000 kitchen remodels.
Yeah.
All of those guys that were doing these longer-term projects with lots of subs. They're having to pull permits. They're having to, you know, get the electrical inspection and the plumbing inspection and all that. They're all using Buildertrend, and it is also a beautiful experience for the customer to see project photos and the progress of the job. It's a really nice experience for the contractor to manage multiple subs, manage budgets, manage job costing. So Buildertrend, very, very strong feature list. Unless it's changed, my biggest beef with Buildertrend is there isn't an open API.
No, but they do have forms that you can put like
on a website
that they'll provide to you that you can put on your website, but those forms do not connect where you can find out the source of those leads.
Boo.
Yeah. And then we're not talking too much, but I don't want to like leave these like high and dry. Improve It 360, i360, and Service Titan. This portion of our podcast is really targeted towards these level one, like you level ones. Our level 2s, 3s are more on i360 and Service Titan because of those capabilities in terms of APIs and integrations and reports, etc. I would say if you're truly a level 1 and you're listening to this, try out Lead Perfection, Jobber, Market Sharp, AccuLinks. Try those out. And then once you graduate, we've seen a lot of our clients graduate into i360 and Service Titan. Okay, so we've talked a lot about these. We've kind of already answered this. But CRMs, how are they making marketing smarter, Janet?
So I'm going to go back to what I said at the top of the call, or the top of the podcast, the call.
It's a call.
You know, when I talk to contractors that they are still running their business off of a whiteboard in the shop,
right,
and their cell phone, maybe a spreadsheet, and a spiral-bound notebook. What you're missing is the ability to personalize communication with leads that weren't ready to buy over a long period of time.
Exactly.
So if a homeowner is thinking about doing an addition, building a deck, remodeling their kitchen, replacing their siding, but they're not ready to do it, let's say, I mean, right now we're recording this in the spring, but let's say it's the fall, and they're like a planner type. They're type A, and they plan 6 months in advance. It's the fall, the holidays are coming up, and it's on their to-do list to get a couple of quotes and start their research process. But they don't really plan on pulling the trigger until the spring.
For what project?
Let's say it's a siding replacement.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's a large dollar project.
Yep.
They don't want the disruption over the holidays, but they do want to start their research. If you have a CRM, you're capturing all of that information.
Yep.
You are going ahead and setting up reminder activities. You can pre-write emails, set a task for your call center people, set a task for your sales rep to follow up on a very specific day.
That's right.
And be able to easily reference all of the notes that you took when you went out and helped them measure their job, answer all their questions in October, and you're having that conversation in March.
Right.
I challenge you to do that at that level of detail out of a spiral-bound notebook. You're not going to be able to do it. And you're not going to be able to do it. You might be able to do it for one homeowner. Right. Can you do it for 100? 200?
No.
Over an 18-month period? That's what a CRM can do for you. Keep all of those little data points and then personalize that follow-up over a long period of time with the details that you've captured along the way to help that homeowner on their buying journey. Caitlyn's mentioned this, but automated campaigns. Talk to us about what you do with like drip campaigns.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. I mean, what Janet just said is what we do. I mean, if we have not only segmented list by previous customer, by demo no sale, cancel prior to issue, we're pushing those contacts into an email marketing platform where, based off of their segment in their buying journey, where they may have ghosted you or they canceled their appointment or they you guys demoed and they decided to not sell, and we're hitting them with marketing automations about what changed your mind, or for a previous customer, are you ready for your next project? That type of messaging. And that would not be possible without a CRM. It just wouldn't. You were talking though, Janet, and I thought about something that also makes CRMs powerful, and it's holding your marketing agencies accountable. So the clients that we work the best with, they've got solid enough reporting where we can see the leads that we've generated.
Versus leads from other sources like word of mouth.
Correct. Versus leads from other sources. We can see how they've set, how they've sold, and we're able to take that data. And you, as a contractor, you're able to take that data and go back to the marketing agency, your marketing manager, whoever it may be, and say, it does not look like radio is producing any sales. Or it just doesn't look like my website is producing any sales. Your CRM can do that for you.
Or even dialed in a little bit more granularly.
Yeah.
When we talk about online ads, right now, it's April 2025.
Sure.
Two of the biggest platforms are going to be Google and Facebook. We can get insights about leads that came from Google paid ads versus leads that came from Facebook paid ads. And we can work with you and your team to see, do they tend to turn into appointments at the same ratio? Do they tend to sell, for all the appointments that you go on, what's the closing ratio? If you go on 10 appointments, how many are going to sell from a paid Google ad versus a paid Facebook ad? We can also help you figure out, average total job.
That's right.
From like the dollar amount that you got per job based on the lead source. There was one other thing I wanted to kind of go back. We were talking about automated campaigns. And I just was remembering something that we've started doing recently with Client Tether. So Client Tether is another CRM that we haven't mentioned so far, but we have found that it has been pretty popular with some of our handyman customers. So these are businesses that are doing all kinds of honey-do odd jobs.
Right.
They're changing out light fixtures. They're power washing decks. They're
hanging TVs,
swapping out garbage disposals. So what we've started doing, and it's only because there's a CRM in place. So these handyman jobs are lower ticket price jobs,
yep.
But unlike, say, a siding contractor, like once you replace somebody's siding with James Hardie siding, it's unlikely you're going to sell that same homeowner more siding.
Not for 20, 30 years.
Not unless they buy another house.
Yeah, exactly.
So your opportunity for repeat customers is different depending on what you're selling.
Exactly.
But in the handyman world, there's every opportunity for repeat customers. So what we've started to do with our handyman clients using Client Tether is we are slicing and dicing those segments, and we're hitting people with a text message campaign. Like, hey, it's spring. Do you need, power washing done? It's spring and it's in the South. There's pollen everywhere.
Yes.
So we can also set up those campaigns through automations, through the CRM, through segmenting in the CRM to hit previous customers who've hired, these guys for one kind of handyman job, hit them over a kind of a preformed cadence.
Right.
Like, let's hit them every 3 weeks, then let's hit them every 6 weeks. Let's hit them every certain number of weeks with a different message. Hey, do you need a handyman for a day? Do you need a light fixture swapped out? Do you need
your outdoor lights installed for Christmas? I mean,
exactly.
things like that.
Things like that. You actually mentioned something to me that I had never heard of. Caitlyn apparently lives in a fancier neighborhood than I do. But there's a service in her neighborhood that offers cleaning out people's
trash cans,
like your city can that you have to roll to the street on Thursday. They're coming and cleaning out those trash cans. and then they're sending you text messages about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hey,
I would bet my left foot that the only reason they're able to do that is because they have a CRM in place.
oh my God, yes. They know what neighborhood I live in. They know when the trash is getting picked up. They know when the trash can is available to be cleaned.
And they know the last time you got it cleaned.
You got it.
Yeah.
Well, all of that to be said, y'all, if you're not using a CRM yet, this is your sign.
That you should.
Just start simple. Just start if you haven't. You're going to close more leads. You're going to run a tighter operation. You're going to market more efficiently. And you're going to build longer lasting relationships. So short and sweet, we could honestly talk forever about CRMs. Super important. And it's not just a tech upgrade. It's a business upgrade.
Ooh, you sound smart saying that. It is a business upgrade. You're upgrading your business by implementing a CRM.
You are. Janet, what are we getting into next week?
So next week in this series, we are going to dive into a big one. How to find the right digital marketing agency for your home improvement business, for where your business is right now. Because let's be honest, doing great work in the home is one thing, but getting people to the home in the first place, how do you get that done? That's where a marketing company comes in.
Yes.
A company like ours, like Fat Cat Strategies, there are other agencies out there. Our job is to drive leads into your business and honestly into your CRM. So
yeah, and you can use all of those other tools we've talked about too. Thank y'all for joining us for another episode. As always, we hope you got value out of it. If you found this helpful, please share it with a fellow contractor who is ready to level up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we will get you more real talk strategies very soon, coming every Wednesday for the foreseeable future. And please, 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 we would love a review as well. So thank you guys. We will talk to y'all in a week.
Thank you.
Digital Marketing for Contractors is created by Fat Cat Strategies. For more information, visit fatcatstrategies.com.